It's May 18th, and here's a quick tour of my kitchen garden before I get started on planting warm season crops. Things that have come back, the raspberry bed and the strawberry bed, both of which need to be rebuilt. So I haven't been weeding and caring for them. I'll probably be moving a lot of these plants around. We'll see. Obviously some kale popped up on its own. But I did get cool crops started. I think I started over here in this bed with some lettuce and radish seeds. So the radishes are coming along nicely, and just a few of the lettuce plants popped up. Dill is coming up in the beds that I've uncovered, as well as some weeds. So I'll be weeding this area here and planting beans, but I don't weed out the edible things like amaranth. I'll just be keeping them where I want one or two to grow tall, and the rest I will harvest and use in our salads and whatever. Here's spinach that I sowed early too, and then along these supports in these two beds are snow peas, which I'm trying to protect from the birds. So I've got bird scare tape up, as well as those mesh baskets over them. And then I planted seedlings of broccoli here, and green bunching onions in the middle, and then down the sides candy onions. And then my other seedlings, I've got leeks growing on the edges of this bed and that bed. And then in the corners of some of these beds, I have red cabbage growing. So that's what's been planted so far. I will be adding the bikes to this bed, and probably I may try cucumbers again this year. I'm not sure if I have any cucamelon seeds. And then I do have Malabar spinach seedlings that I will put in this area. And then in this bed in the middle, we'll set up Mrs. Green Beans again. She's not had a good winter. But we'll set her up in the middle here, and then be planting zinnias on either side of her, and probably Swiss chard and stuff. And then the last two beds here that are still covered, this is where the tomatoes will go. And as usual, between each tomato plant, I will put two celery plants, and then down the middle of the row will be some bush beans, probably my husband's favorite, wax beans. So that's how the kitchen garden looks after I have planted the cool crops and before I start getting the warm crops out here. As you can see, I still have winter sowing jugs ready to plant too.